Hey, it's the Joe and Shob Show.
Oh, I didn't know we were starting.
We're starting right now.
Oh, we're starting right now. That's good to know.
I'm Joe.
That's Shob. I'm Shob.
Yeah.
And we are doing the Joe and Shob Show. We are on the week of Extreme Rules. This episode will be going up on, June 2nd. A decent amount happening this week. Some big news, some, other stuff, some great matches. And Joe and Shob are here like they always are to talk about it. I don't mean to jinx us, but this may be our last podcast with double-digit subscribers. We may go over the hump between this episode and the next one.
I thought you were going to say this is going to be our last podcast.
Oh, no, never. We're never stopping. Not until, no, even when I'm dead, I won't stop. Anyways, but we have 99 subscribers, so not to jinx us, but this may be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I bet once we update the channel banner and make it us super kicking Snoopy, then we'll go over the hump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My mom was like, I'll make a new YouTube for you, and then I'll subscribe and be your 100. I'm like, Mom, I have integrity. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta happen naturally.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? 100 subscribers. You know what video we're releasing? Top 100 wrestlers.
We're doing top 100 wrestlers. I don't even care if our last picks of the week was top wrestlers. We're doing top 100.
Top 100 wrestlers.
Yeah, I can't even name 100 wrestlers.
We're gonna.
It's gonna be a great video. Top 100 wrestlers. Look forward to it. Honestly, it might be our best video.
Right? You know what? Here's the thing. With the top 100 wrestlers, who's number one?
Probably Roman Reigns.
You're right. All right, let's move on.
That's not even make the video, yeah.
No, it is. All right.
No, it is.
So we have some news.
Do we?
We do.
Do we got some goo?
No, we don't.
we have new, but we don't have goo.
No news goo.
Oh, I like news goo.
So John Cena
explode with no goo.
John Cena is gonna return to SmackDown on July 4th.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he just tweeted about it today. So.
That's good. I remember he came back. He came back basically this time a year ago on Memorial Day.
Do you think he'll come back to vanquish the evil foreign menace known as Jinder Mahal?
And win the world title?
Yeah.
No.
No, you don't. What do you think? What do you think he'll do?
Feud with Kevin Owens
for the U.S. title. Ah.
Or maybe he put Shinsuke Nakamura over.
Oh. Wait. Oh, you know what? July. That's after. Wait, hold on.
It's after Money in the Bank.
Let me just look some stuff up here. Battleground is July 24th. So you can pretty much bet he's going to have a match at Battleground. Then he's going to have a match at SummerSlam.
Is he definitely going to be on SmackDown?
He tweeted it himself. He said July 4th cannot come soon enough.
Oh, that's all he said?
Because he's working on a movie.
All he said was July 4th can't come soon enough?
Yeah, for hashtag SmackDown Live.
Oh, hashtag SmackDown Live. I was like, that doesn't mean he's going to be on SmackDown.
But hashtag SmackDown Live at WWE is so close. 7-4 can't get here fast enough.
Yeah, I wonder how he feels about not being always on wrestling anymore,
I would love to see a feud with Kevin Owens with him, though. I would. Because
they already had one, but it was good.
Yeah, they could try and top it, though. I would love to see him and Kevin Owens get into those verbal arguments they had, kind of what AJ and Cena had, except Cena's more unhinged now than he was back then. And
hey, they're the best two on the mic, so they could have some mic battles.
If you had Kevin Owens, if you let him run loose and on the mic, and he could follow John Cena, he's that good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I would enjoy that. The only thing is we haven't seen it, so maybe John Cena versus Shinsuke. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But face versus face is weird, It can happen, but it's always but why would we do that?
Yeah, although I don't know. You could have a lot of stuff. You could do a lot of stuff. I wouldn't mind Shinsuke versus Cena. I wouldn't mind anything.
Did you see those clips from India on news stations, or all the Indian news stations were like, Jinder Mahal, world champion, Jinder Mahal, and they're all celebrating Jinder?
Yeah.
I thought those were really cool to show because they're kind of putting into perspective like how big of a deal it is over there.
Mm-hmm.
I assume none of those were fake.
No, well, there was one that was like a giant poster of Jinder Mahal with the championship in India, but that was later confirmed to be fake. But yeah,
like I'm curious how big of a deal it really is there. Be interesting to know,
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe it's being overblown because everybody's like, this is a big deal for India. They're trying to get marketing over there in India, and they're like, let's give India a champion, so they'll be more likely to come back every week when you have the most populated country and in the world, most at least getting there is it's either India or China, right?
Still China, but India is fast approaching.
Yes, I know. It's those two countries are easily one of the most crowded areas in the world. So,
and did you listen to the Talk is Jericho with Jinder Mahal?
I did not do that.
He talks a lot about when he books shows in India, like how serious they take wrestling, and it's really weird.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're probably kayfabe isn't dead over there, I assume.
No, they had Kali. He's like the biggest star over there.
That's awesome.
He got beat up by these two guys. I think Mike Knox was one of them. Hey, there's a name for you. And
I have no idea who that is.
He was great. So Mike Knox beat him up, and then he actually stayed overnight in the hospital, like just to make everyone believe for real that he was injured.
Oh, that's cool.
He came back and beat them all up, and it was like, oh, he did it.
Our hero. That's sweet. Yeah, it's really interesting to think about. I actually, if you think about it, we're looking at the history of the world title since AJ had it. AJ lost it at Royal Rumble. The very next SmackDown pay-per-view that's had SmackDown people, it changed. Bray Wyatt. The very next pay-per-view that had SmackDown again, WrestleMania, it changed. Randy Orton. The very next pay-per-view that had SmackDown, Backlash, it changed to Jinder Mahal. Mm-hmm. I would really enjoy if there was a successful title defense at a pay-per-view, and I would actually, instead of dipping toes, how about they just go in and they have a decent reign with Jinder Mahal for as long as it works. I hope they just let it happen.
Yeah, I you know what, like, you really do feel like he's earned it, and that's one thing that I think people are kind of glancing over is like, if you've been like I said, like we've been saying, if you've started watching not that long ago, then you'd be like, wow, Jinder, he's always been that great. What are you talking about? He's always been a jobber, because ever since he was given the ball, he's run with it. He hasn't messed up. He's gotten good reactions. He's put on pretty good matches. He's done everything that he possibly could. And yeah, like, you know what? Like I say, just let him roll with it until there's no reason as to why he shouldn't have a good reign. Basically, is what I'm saying. It's.
I just want to see if it works long term. I don't. It's an experiment, and you know what? I kind of want to ride it out because we're in the summer. The dog days of summer, as far as wrestling goes. Like some people almost just see it as off season because not much happens. So why not test the waters here? And it'll make us pay attention to a time where we would kind of be maybe a little bit more idle as far as how much we care. So
yeah. Test the waters. Have Baron
I am
Corbin
not.
win Money in the Bank.
No. Okay, never mind. Everything I just said, no. Sami Zayn should win Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I would love Sami Zayn won Money in the Bank. Baron Corbin proved that he still has no mic skills on this week's SmackDown.
He's so bad on the mic.
He called the highlight reel. He called the highlight reel the highlight show.
I hate. He's so generic. Like I hated it last week whenever he was like, Shane, why don't you just hand me that briefcase right now? It's like, I've never heard that before. Oh yeah, Shane's just gonna do that. Like, no.
He's like, he comes out, he's like, why don't you show the real highlights? He talks so slow. Yes, he's getting worse. I feel bad for him too because he's fun guy to watch wrestle. He's a big guy, but oh man, Braun. As far as the Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, like the two guys, like top big huge monsters, Braun destroys him. Braun got so much better. I love Braun now. I actually can't wait till Braun gets back. If Baron Corbin, I don't know. Baron Corbin is. Ugh.
Braun is like finding his place.
Baron's vanilla bad guy who can't talk. Think about all of the great villains that there have been in the WWE. A lot of them could talk on the mic. One of them, his name is Kevin Owens. You need to be able to talk to be a good heel, a Miz, because how are you going to get under people's skin and really, push buttons and be an asshole if it's not believable through your speech? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to have it be believable through your speech. Like, you just beat people up. But he's not doing that either. He had a roll-up loss to Sami Zayn. So I don't know, dude.
You could kind of pull a Jinder Mahal thing with him, and you know what? Like, this guy, we see potential in him, but we don't know. He's not showing us enough. So let's, you know what? Give him Money in the Bank. See how he does under pressure. See if he improves. His match quality improves, which is his match quality is pretty okay. Like, I can't think of too many like actual bad matches he's had, and honestly, like a lot of these SmackDown main events that he's gotten have been pretty all right. And but like, yeah, his mic skills are awful. His character is not there. Like, that is something you could do, but he's not even close to being ready for that main event. Like, Jinder Mahal is more ready than he is, and that's something.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Wow, it's like a lot of people want him to be something, and I kind of shrug my shoulders and go, I don't care that much.
Yeah, there are better options. So
there are better options, and there are people I care more about than him. So as far as heels go, I think there are better ideas. But how many heels are there on SmackDown? Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal, and Baron Corbin.
Hey, John Cena might turn heel.
Hey, Dolph Ziggler won, but it was probably just more that AJ's AJ's hometown, and not because they're going to do anything with Dolph Ziggler.
I hate that. That's why
it is the WWE guarantee that if you're in your hometown, you lose.
I hate that. That's like, I hate that. I hate that.
It's such a cheap way to get
because. Now, we're sitting here and we're saying, oh, AJ lost because it was in his hometown. We're not sitting here and saying, oh, Dolph won because, it's good for Dolph. We're not saying that. We're saying, like, the reason he lost is because AJ was in his hometown. It's not because Dolph was the better man in that match.
Hey, it was a really good match, though.
It was very good, but I just, that irks me a little. That's all.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I don't know what to think about this.
Are we just talking about, like, all of SmackDown right now?
I don't know. We did, honestly. Well, it's kind of news. You just want to talk about the women's Money in the Bank?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Let's just go. Let's just talk about SmackDown.
All right. So big news for we had the Fatal 5-Way number one contenders for the women's title. There are only 6 women on SmackDown, so every woman on the roster who isn't Naomi was in this match.
Except Lana.
This was a really exciting match. Like, it was really good.
It wasn't really.
There were a lot of. I know it wasn't really a match. It was like spots. But that powerbomb spot through the table was really good.
Yeah.
Then Becky did her Bexplex, and a lot of stuff was going on. It was just everybody showing that they're great, except for Tamina. I don't know what she does. I really don't know what Tamina does.
She should just be like Natalia's bodyguard.
Yeah, she just stands there and looks menacing, I guess. I don't know. I don't believe it. Nia Jax is better than her, and that's saying a lot. But no, this segment was cool to watch. And then Shane McMahon comes out, and you hear, "Here comes the money! Here comes the money, money!" And he goes, "Oh, you guys, no one's gonna win. Like, you know what? Women's Money in the Bank." And I was like, I can get behind that. It's 5 women. Usually it's 6 people in a ladder match for Money in the Bank, at least. 5 is kind of low. It's not that star-studded. Like, oh, Becky, definitely a women's star. Charlotte, definitely a women's star. Natalya, yeah, she's there, definitely. Not as much as those two. But then you look at Carmella and you go, getting there. I don't really know. And then Tamina, I'm like, nah, what? No. So it'll be a good match. It'll be also interesting to see someone hold a Money in the Bank who is going for the women's title. I think this makes the women's title more important too, because like mid-card titles don't get a Money in the Bank. And so it's kind of cementing the women's title as its own like world title for the women. So it's cool.
So what was longer? The span in which Naomi was injured after Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania, or the span in which she last defended her title against Charlotte till now? Because she hasn't defended her title in forever.
Probably like a month and a half, yeah.
Yeah, I figured that they were going to have a winner here and then have a fatal four-way something, maybe. Or, yeah, I don't know. But you know what? I'm okay with it. But I do think that Naomi's lack of like getting shown on TV, having matches, stuff like that is like hurting her, and people aren't really caring that much about her women's title and her reign.
Oh yeah, the story right now is more about who's going to take the title from her instead of like, is she going to defend it? Because whoever wins this is going to take the title. Do you think they're going to do it night of?
No.
No, I hope not.
No, I think
because Naomi would have to have a match for that to happen.
My prediction is Carmella.
I would want my prediction to be Becky Lynch, but maybe Carmella.
I think Carmella because she's still pretty, like, she's like fourth best, maybe. And like that, that's not me saying like her ability or anything like that. That's just like, if I'm looking at like the tier list of the women's roster, like, yeah. She's like fourth. So her having this, it would actually make her a viable contender for the title, and it would make her look stronger.
I wish there was a Raw women's Money in the Bank and a Raw Money in the Bank, but you never get all your wishes always.
Yeah, I kind of wish.
I don't know why this is this should almost be like a pseudo Big Four, like make it the Big Five. Like Money in the Bank shouldn't be exclusive.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if I was on Raw right now, I'd be like, "What the heck, man?"
Because Money in the Bank's one of the coolest things, like coolest match concepts that's come like the last 12 years,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, where's the 205 Live Money in the Bank?
No, fuck you.
Hey, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is on 205 Live this week. Did you watch it?
No, I don't watch that show. More people watched Halloween Havoc 1998.
I think that's hilarious.
I think that is really sad. Poor guys.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, you make a show where you don't know anyone on it, then yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
It is a sad truth because also people would. I bet Talking Smack gets more views.
Oh yeah, apparently some like 3-month-old episode of Ride Along got more views too last week.
Wow, that's really good. I'm really proud of them.
I love Ride Along. You know what? They should just can it if it gets less views than Camp WWE.
that is definitely the breaking point where you go, maybe we failed. Maybe we failed.
Or just make 205 Live into Camp WWE. Like, get rid of the actual show and just make Camp 205.
This is really sad. Yeah, you were telling me ways in which they could have the Cruiserweight. I'm like, maybe Cruiserweight just exists as a little experiment they did.
Yeah, I was saying, maybe you do either two things. One, you sort of make it like NXT, where you bring guys up from NXT and put them on there, and like those, they can compete in NXT too. That's sort of what they're doing now, but like, I want to see more of it. And then like 205 can just be an extension of NXT, but also it's sort of a bridge between NXT and Raw. And whenever guys are done with 205, they move on to Raw on the main roster. So and like I said in Picks of the Week, I mentioned Austin Aries being on Raw. You do that, or you just move 205 Live full sale, make the Cruiserweight title NXT, defend it on NXT takeovers. Yeah,
the only problem is I think even then I probably still wouldn't watch it because I don't watch NXT.
I think the crowd would be way more into it than they are in any of these. Like, there's no beach balls in NXT.
Yeah. Are there beach balls in 205 Live?
Yeah, there was last
I don't
week.
watch it.
Austin,
I have no idea.
We're doing the Cruiserweight match on Raw. There was, and Austin Aries got mad.
I'm sure if while Austin Aries was wrestling, if they started chanting, JBL, people would be mad. Nothing. Anyways, what?
Mm-hmm.
What? Anyways, yeah. I don't really think there's a solution. They could just can it and say, "Hey, that was a fun thing we did," and then they just do the Cruiserweight Classic every year. That's
cool.
it.
That'd be cool.
Maybe they do what they do with the UK and have it exist as NXT and go on takeovers and stuff like that. It honestly would probably get better viewership and better reception that way. But then there's more time on Raw for more filler. So I don't really. I don't know. Like, what's the right answer?
What would you rather have, Raw filler or 205 filler?
Well, on Raw filler, like you can just skip it. 205 filler, I'm not watching anyway. So either way, I don't care that much. Like I have never like said, "Oh man, 205 Live, that must see show."
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation.
It was.
So
we talked about everything on SmackDown.
Almost. So we had.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Dolphin
the
Agent?
highlight? We'll get there. I want to talk about the highlight show.
Oh, where Baron Corbin killed it.
What do you think?
I'm the highlight.
What do you think of Nakamura and them giving him all these promos?
A lot of the promos are him being talked at for like 10 minutes. Exaggeration, and then he just says something in response to be like, "No." I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool with his character. Like I said on last week's show, he's a weird guy who dances and has these weird finger things he does and like the crazy dance moves and to his theme. Like he's this weird eccentric guy. Eccentric is the word to use. And if he spoke perfect English, would it, I don't know. Like if he was just this like normal guy who spoke perfect English, it wouldn't go into the aura as much. And he's this weird guy who has to communicate what he's saying through a language he's not that familiar with. So it makes it the way he talks and comes off as like even more eccentric. So he'll, I don't know. I like it. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I
don't know what else they do.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Thing is he's still better on the mic than Baron Corbin. So.
Oh yes. He gets across like what he wants to do and his ideas, so
yeah. And
I understand it enough.
We're getting Shinsuke versus Kevin Owens next week. That'll be cool.
Yeah, Shinsuke versus Kevin Owens. He has pinned Kevin Owens twice. What do you think about that? Yeah,
I think it sets up a nice little feud if they decide to go down that route, which I think they can.
That's a killer feud. You go like 5 years ago, you have Kevin Steen in Ring of Honor and whatever else he was, and you have Shinsuke in New Japan. Like that's probably like a dream feud 5 years ago, where indie darlings and indie fans are like, man, these guys are the best. And 5 years later, they're having these matches on the grandest scale of the biggest company for wrestling. So I anytime I see matchups like this, I'm like, that is good. It's good for business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Just a tag match.
Yeah, they do a lot of, hey, these guys are feuding and those guys are feuding, so let's put them in a tag match together so that we don't have to give away a one-on-one match.
Oh.
Feels cheap sometimes, but whatever.
The New Day returned. And they're
that was a big deal.
I forgot about that.
At Money in the Bank, do you think they win right away?
No.
I would like for them to.
I think they will because, you got to have the... Alexa Bliss is the one that won both women's titles the first time, and the New Day is going to be the one to win both of them.
Wait, Rhino and Heath Slater didn't win?
No, I don't think they're going to win the I tag titles for a while, actually. I don't think they...
I'm just kidding. I don't think they're ever going to, personally. I think their time's gone.
Yeah.
Revival are going to have it for a long time.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Revival to actually get it. Yeah.
Hey, no, they did not beat up Enzo and Cass, though.
No. Hey, you know what? It was
I believe them.
Nice little detail. Last week, if you watched Raw, And
the only thing about that detail is it would have been cooler if they didn't mention that happened. They mentioned directly that they were shown in the background.
No. More important than that. So Enzo got beat up, and then it cut back, and then Corey Graves like, man, I'd like to shake the hand of whoever beat up Enzo. Thank God. And guess who shook Corey Graves' hand this week?
Who?
Big Cass.
Oh.
Remember? Yeah, he's like, oh, Tate, we're good. I got my investigation, and they shook hands.
Yeah, this is a weird storyline that's going on, but I like it. It keeps the suspense going over the weeks. Revival are coming back in like a more interesting way that they would have, I guess. I like all the storylines that like sort of last a while and you don't really know what's gonna happen. I like those. We need more of those. Yeah, like it keeps the show interesting week to week. At least there's that.
So yeah,
I don't think Big Cass said he didn't do it, dude. You gotta believe him. But I don't know. I don't think Big Cass did it. They wouldn't break up Enzo and Cass, would they? Because then what is Enzo without Cass? Yeah,
just keep them together. Have Enzo be like Cass's manager, and you could have Cass be like a pretty good single star.
Maybe like maybe they'll turn heel.
No.
Enzo and Cass heel. Well, I guess they just kind of be like Dolph Ziggler heels where they're show offs, I guess. I don't know.
Anyways, back to SmackDown. We had Randy Orton cut a promo and he was like, oh.
And Ginger was like, I am look at how everybody likes me in my home country. You are a loser. I don't know. I liked it because I just got to see the news segments of what everybody said.
Yep.
Was thinking about him in India.
Pretty standard, but the only thing I thought about this one was, why did like the video with Ginger, like first off, it like zoomed in really hard and it just showed Randy Orton like watching the screen and like it just zoomed in on Ginger's face and I'm like, oh man, he's getting closer.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
And then his video ended, and then Randy was just like, all right, and he just walked over and did his pose, and that was I'm like, what? That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, they've been having segments lately where stuff happens, then you're expecting a payoff, and I was like, oh, what? That just kind of happened. Like whenever Shinsuke debuted in SmackDown, Miz was out there, and then he came out, and then it ended, and nothing happened.
That was pretty lame.
It was weird.
Dolph and AJ, killer match.
Yeah, it killed me. I'm dead.
Dolph Ziggler wins after AJ gets hooked up in the ropes, gets a super kick, and Dolph wins, pins AJ.
Yeah, with a super kick, he raked his eyes when he was in a submission to get out, but he just straight up won. Does this mean there's a bright future for Dolph Ziggler? How are we to know? I don't know.
This heel Dolph is still not really like working for me, but it is working better now than it was whenever he was feuding with Apollo Crews and Kalisto.
Oh, definitely. I was just happy to see Dolph, have a moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it inspired me to go back to Survivor Series 2014 and watch when he was a sole survivor.
Oh,
holy shit! That match is so good.
Oh man, that match is really good. I
watched it again whenever Sting debuts. Like how many things they had going on.
I love how
there was a curb stomp into a zigzag. It was so good.
I love how he's the one that survived.
Yeah, that did a lot.
They could have easily had.
That was the last thing he did.
They could have easily had John Cena do that, but like the fact that it was Dolph made it that much more special.
It was cool, definitely. I remember watching that live. I think we talked about that in Picks of the Week.
Yeah. A little bit.
We talked about SmackDown first, and it went as fast as it usually does.
Yeah. SmackDown.
We even talked about Raw. We talked about Raw a little bit.
Yeah.
With Enzo and Cass and the Revival.
I'm trying to think about what we could talk about on Raw here. Okay, so we have. This is interesting actually. So we have Kurt Angle. And Corey Graves gets up from the announcer's table, and he like walks off, and it's like, oh, is that real or what? And he goes back in the back, talks to Kurt Angle, and says that he has. I didn't really know what was going on. Not gonna lie, like they didn't really explain it. Basically all Kurt Angle did was he read a thing that was like, oh, I'm an embarrassment, my two Olympic gold medalists.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I was like, well, who said that? why is it important that they're saying that? And what is there like information that Kurt's hiding?
Yeah, I was like thinking because obviously Kurt was we haven't seen Stephanie McMahon in a long time, and she fired McFoley because McFoley was deviant to what she wanted. So I was like, okay, now they have Kurt Angle. Is Kurt Angle a deviant to what she wanted, or do they just have Kurt Angle to have Kurt Angle? Like, I don't know. Like, you would expect the next GM to be like more of a heel and be a part of Stephanie to be an asshole, you know. But no, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. Since he's become GM, we've seen more star-studded matches.
Yeah, that is definitely true. But one thing I was thinking about is we had like obviously I think this is gonna come up with the end with his match, his first match in WWE in a while, because I think
I can't wait. I
think it'll either be against. I think this has something to do with Triple H though. Like, I think it might be against Triple H or Samoa Joe, because Samoa Joe is Triple H's like dude.
Yeah,
I'd love to see either of those, to be honest with you.
Me too.
Probably at SummerSlam. Samoa Joe or Kurt Angle be. I would like to see more because Samoa Joe's like younger. And, you know.
I would love to see one more Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle match. They put on matches.
Imagine. I was thinking about this. Imagine the Survivor Series. You know, they're announcing their teams. You know,
and, hey,
Kurt Angle, good friends with Brock Lesnar. He gets Brock Lesnar on Team Raw. How cool would that be?
Hey, McMahon was on it, you know.
Yeah, but like, you know, he's like, oh, I got a trick up my sleeve, and then, you know, Kurt brings out Brock. They shake hands. Boom.
Oh, then they'd win.
They would win, but like, I think that'd be cool.
It would be cool. Yeah, I need it to make sense. And honestly, I love the Kurt Angle's GM, but I want him to have one more run with the world title.
Really?
I wonder if there's a way that could happen.
You really think that?
Kurt Angle's a better wrestler than 80% of the roster, so I don't know. Even old Kurt Angle's better than most of the people we have, so I think it'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a little bit conceited in living in the past, but I think he should see one more Kurt Angle run.
I think we need to get like reintroduced to him. Yeah, I think a match against like Samoa Joe or something like that is a good way to.
Hey, Goldberg came back and had one more world title, so it's like it's even hard to think that these things can't happen anymore.
Right? Yeah. Who knows? But again, he had a match before he got his title back. You know, and he was pretty much.
Oh, well, I'm not saying his first match. I'm not saying his first match would be he gets the world title back. I'm saying in time, like he becomes, you know. Imagine the GM having the world title. Like, what if he stayed GM but won the world title? Would that be kind of cool?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
And then like he's in charge of everybody, but he's also the champion. Like that'd be like a good storyline. Obviously, he'd have to be a heel though. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but obviously Kurt Angle plays a great heel. We've seen that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, it needs to make sense, but only have it like a few times a year. He's definitely worth these matches, no doubt about it. You have Kurt Angle in the WWE, you don't bring him back to have matches. That's a crime, so it needs to happen. I don't know about world title. That's maybe just being a little bit too excited.
Yeah, although I could see it happening. Whatever.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to see. Maybe not. I don't know how I'd feel against Triple H. It just feels like Triple H is the one who has matches with people. It doesn't. I don't know. But I'm just talking.
All right. So let's move on here. So up next we have the women's segment. Here we go. We have Alexa Bliss introducing Bayley. This is your life.
Oh God.
And she brings out a lot of people from Bayley's past. And yeah.
I don't really feel like this needed the connection. This needed to have the connection to Rock. This is your Rock. This is your life.
That segment is amazing.
I know, and I don't feel like this had needed to happen. Like there was no setup for this. Like no one was asking for it. Like I don't know. It didn't feel like the feud had even. First off, whenever it happened to McFoley, The Rock, they weren't feuding. They were friends.
Right.
They were Rock and Sock connection. It was funny. It was one of the highest rated Raw moments ever.
Plus, it was The Rock too, and The Rock was like, I don't know, like The Rock was out there, and you saw like he was a unique character, so it's like seeing him interact with people from his past and like Rock speak and all that, like The Rock said, like it made it more entertaining. Bailey wasn't out there, and I don't want to see her talk on a mic like ever again. So
yeah. Also, these two haven't been, on TV having a program for that long. So it's like, did this warrant
no
this?
No history. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had one match. It was good, but like, I don't know. I just didn't feel.
What did this prove anyway?
I don't know. I don't think it was as big of a train wreck as everybody says it was.
I think it was.
I don't think it was good.
I thought it was bad, but I didn't hate it. It was really cringy.
Yeah, I need to watch it again.
I like the part where like her one friend was like, you know what? We like hung out all the time, but then we stopped because Bailey wanted to watch Monday Night
Raw and SmackDown.
Like what? And like the way she still talked, she still talked like a teenage girl after all these years, and I was just, I changed the channel. I honestly changed the channel.
Do you think these people have any connection to Bailey at all in real life?
No, they're actors.
I think, of course. I just think it's hilarious.
I turned it back just in time, where like the boyfriend's like, yeah, or the date's like, you know what? I was about to kiss her, but I opened my eyes and it was her dad. Oh.
I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, I don't really get it. And then
I wanted both of them to like be lying and set up by Alexa Bliss, where she was like, "Oh, we were always friends, but I noticed the weaknesses within her. She's too frail. She's too optimistic."
She likes
like I would have liked if something like if something like that happened, it'd have been like she's trying to put down Bailey with proof of her past, and she has her friends backing her up, and then you have the boyfriend, and it's like, "Oh, we were really close, but she didn't have the confidence. She didn't have the independence. She didn't have the willpower. I don't know, like anything. Like she didn't have it or something like that. I don't know. You could have had these two talk about her weaknesses, but instead she was like, no, her dad was always. I didn't understand that at all.
But kissed her dad.
It could have been like I was about to kiss her, but then she turned her head and said, "Oh no, Stone Cold's on TV. I want to look at him."
Actually, I have to go. Raw starts in 5 minutes.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Yeah. I'll let you finish.
What'd you say?
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was not fun to watch or listen to. And, Bailey coming out, like, it didn't do a lot for me even after that. I don't understand why they're still doing a kendo stick on a pole match. I feel like you could do, like, a last man standing match. I think that'd be way more exciting, especially since there isn't one on this show.
I don't know. I would have preferred just a regular Extreme Rules match. A kendo stick on a pole match just sounds so gimmicky.
The Fatal 5-Way is Extreme Rules, so I could see it.
It is?
Yeah, it's an Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way.
Oh, I just assume it's regular Fatal 5-Way.
Well, it literally means that it's just no DQ. That's what it means.
Oh, okay. I thought Extreme Rules is like, oh, we have sledgehammers, we have chairs.
They might do that thing where they like all bring like a weapon to the match, like Seth comes out with a chair, Roman comes out with like a ladder. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best. We'll be watching it this weekend. We'll be reviewing it for you guys, so don't you worry.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Don't
for the
worry.
main event.
I work the next morning after that. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm excited for the main event. I'm not excited for anything else.
I'm excited for
the Hardys.
The tag team match. The tag team match. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
How could you forget the cage match, man?
Still though, I'm more excited for the main event. I'm excited to see who wins.
Oh, the main event's gonna be great. I hope it's like 40-minute match.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win, and you know what? I'm just excited.
Yeah, I'm having a hot take. I'm gonna tell you the hot take when predictions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's that noise?
Probably what does it sound like?
Like a tin can.
Tin can. Was it this?
No, it's in my room. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it was in your room.
I don't know. Dude. My house is haunted. No big deal. No big deal.
I don't even believe in ghosts. Did you listen to the newest Talk Is Jericho?
On what? Oh, with Jeff Hardy and Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, they were having some conspiracy talks.
Yeah, I feel like Chris Jericho on his podcast is a lot like Jimmy Fallon. You know, like,
why is that?
Where he'll just agree and like he'll relate, but like he doesn't actually like mean it.
Oh, I think Chris Jericho was the one who was leading the charge in that kind of like I was the one who believed that Chris Jericho believed that more than anybody.
You think so?
It sounded like he wanted to talk about it, honestly.
I feel like he was just talking about it because it was like I don't know. Two different vibes. Hey, you know what?
I don't know. I really got the vibe off that Chris Jericho was like genuine, like that he was really believed in all the weird conspiracy ghosts, reptilian, alien, human hybrids. They got me there. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna give him benefit of the doubt because I'm not gonna be a jerk.
When they're talking about the pyramids, I was like, you know what? I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm just like I said. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt and just assume that he does care because I don't want to be a jerk. But you know what? Yeah. It was just a vibe.
Either way, it was interesting. My favorite thing that they said was, it's a lot easier to assume that these things don't exist, and everything is how it says to be, but it's not fun that way. And you know what? I am kind of like a regular guy like that. I'm like, I don't believe in ghosts. I mostly think aliens probably do exist. Not a ghost guy. I don't believe in haunted houses. I don't believe in superstitions and stuff like that. But you know what? It is more fun if you do think that way. It is definitely more fun. It's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm insane, guys. Don't worry. Honestly, I thought Chris Jericho was the craziest of them. I thought Dean was pretty casual about it. Jeff was like, I watch Ancient Aliens.
He did. Hey, you know what? My dad watches Ancient Aliens.
Does he believe in any of that?
No, I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, crop circles, all that. I don't know.
You're allowed to believe. You can believe in it. It's Ancient Aliens. It's just a little weird.
I'm more of a proof guy. I don't know. I need proof, which I understand a lot of things run off of faith. So you know what? You got faith. I am proud of you. Sometimes good old Shob can't run on just faith. You know who I have no faith in? Baron Corbin's mic skills. But disc.
All right, so we had two big matches.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Raw. Oh, okay. Two big matches on Raw this week. Actually, before we talk about that, because he's probably gonna want to talk about that. We have Kalisto versus Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil gets the win by grabbing the tights. And Apollo Crews is there too. And he's like, yeah, you did it. But at the same time, he's like, oh, I didn't do it. And that's one thing I wanted to discuss. How is this supposed to get Apollo Crews over? Because I think that's what it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to get Apollo Crews cheered or like sympathetic, or maybe he's supposed to get booed. But he's tweener at the point where it's just frustrating. Like, he does heel things like kick Enzo in the head, but then he's sort of like like he doesn't hold up to it. And like this week, he's talking about like, oh, Titus, you got the tights.
I'm back. What's up?
I'm ranting about how stupid this Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews gimmick is.
I think it's better than what they were already doing.
See, my problem with it is that Apollo Crews is like 50-50 face and heel. Like, what is he? I
have no idea.
Because he kicked
Titus
Enzo.
O'Neil's a heel. I know that.
Yeah, he kicked Enzo in the head, and then he like sort of was apologetic about it. He like didn't talk about it, and then like this week he's like, Titus, you grabbed the tights, man. But like he's still like, yeah, Titus, you did it. And it's like, what are you supposed to be?
I don't know. I don't question.
You just don't care about Apollo Crews?
They're Apollo Crews segments, so I just sit there and go, am I supposed to care? I don't know. I don't know. There was a point where I think I was supposed to care about Apollo Crews. Whenever Apollo Crews was first called up, I cared about Apollo Crews. He obviously has the skill. He can do backflips. He's a really strong guy. He's kind of the best of both worlds kind of thing. But he's so fucking boring. I don't think this is the answer as far as changing him to make him not boring.
Yeah, this is only making it worse.
Yeah.
So, 2 big matches.
He's not green. So what is he?
Yeah, he really isn't green at all. So, 2 big matches this week.
He's black.
He is. Well, okay. 2 big matches. Triple threat. Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe. Triple threat match. Samoa Joe.
This match was so good.
It was. I really enjoyed, just Finn getting beat up. Like he was red in the chest. It was just fun to watch. And
dude, Roman beats up Finn, and now you love it.
I wanted to see Samoa Joe win, and he did win, which I was happy with.
Yeah, Samoa Joe actually hasn't done a ton.
This is his first big win on the main roster, like his actual a big win for him.
Dude, he beat Sami Zayn. What are you talking about?
Well, he beat Chris Jericho by countout. Remember that?
Oh yeah, man.
That was awful.
He's killer.
Looking back, that was so stupid. Like that was like something you do in 2K17. Like that's something you do in 2K17.
Oh no,
really
you're so
mad.
mean.
That's something you would do.
Oh man, you and I have like amazing matches, like 5-star matches, and then I'll pin you like 3 times more after doing my finisher.
You lock in the Coquina clutch, and on the outside, wait until like a 9 count, let go of it, and then run back in the ring and you win.
I'm the worst.
I hate this.
Joe and Shob listeners, our literal best matches. We have had 3 like 5-star amazing matches that last like 30 minutes. We're both no health, no stamina, nothing. And one of us gets our finisher. We barely run it out. I'll maybe kick out, put my finisher through, and then I pin him. And then I'm like, oh no, he kicked out. And then I pin him again. And then oh no, he kicked out. And I pin him again. And then I win.
The bar
he gets so mad. He gets so mad.
The bar barely gets any smaller.
And it's funny because like Joe plays it like a simulation. And I just play it to win, so I don't really care. So I'm like, I don't care that they don't do this in real life. I just want to win.
That's what Samoa Joe did in Chris Jericho.
Hey, it's a good idea, man. I'd do it.
I know you would.
I know, do it. I'm the worst.
All right, so we had that match was fun.
Oh, no doubt about it. That it was very fun. It was pretty cute. There was a lot of false finishes.
Really again?
Yeah, it's pretty cute. We had this triple threat, and then we had Seth versus Roman to make the Fatal 5-Way to complete it. Did you like Seth versus Finn? I'll tell you, I did.
I liked Roman versus Finn, and I liked Roman versus Seth here. Both of which Roman wins.
Did I say Seth versus Finn?
You did, but that's okay. I understood what you meant. But
I'm an idiot.
Both of them were really good matches, and Roman won both of them, which makes you think he's not going to win at Extreme Rules.
Oh, no, yeah. Roman hasn't been in a Universal title match since Royal Rumble. He also has never won the Universal title. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's going to happen yet. I won't tell you who I think is going to win yet. But since I don't think whoever's going to win this one is going to win the title, Great Balls of Fire, God, they called something Great Balls of Fire. I don't know. Someone is going to have to win this who they, don't want getting the title yet, and also don't want having a match for the title yet. So I don't know.
Yeah, I have a oddball answer, but it's like it makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The one I can be sure of who's not winning is Bray Wyatt.
That's my prediction.
Oh, really? I'm like 100% sure he's not going to win.
I don't know. It's odd. It's an oddball. Like, I'll get there when we get there. Okay. I'll tell you why.
You know what?
But anything else you want to talk about on Raw? I'm looking
Roman versus Seth was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good match. A lot of false finishes. I don't care that Seth lost. He still looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
He countered the spear and like prevented the spear from happening so many different times. It's hard to say that he didn't look great. So you know what? Great match.
Yeah. It was a great match. It was cute.
A great match.
It was cute.
It didn't main event. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Sure, I'm an idiot. Never mind. It main evented. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to me.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna not think about that. Okay.
I'm just gonna not think that I just said that. That didn't mean anything, even though it did.
Extreme Rules predictions.
Oh shit, we're done. Is that everything on Raw? What about Golden Truth versus R-Truth?
Do you want to talk about old school Goldust?
Did you see what I just said? I said Golden Truth versus R-Truth.
Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to talk? Jesus. Oh my god.
I don't care that much. I think it's interesting to see Goldust back. I don't think he's gonna do anything.
I just got I just got an ad. I looked up the card for Extreme Rules. I just got an ad and it played at top. It's baseball and it just full volume. I hate it. Go on.
Oh, okay. We're looking up the Extreme Rules ad. It'll be interesting to see classic Goldust again, the weird guy where he like whispers and he's like, shh. He's doing the kind of the same stuff as Stardust would do, obviously. And you know what? It'd be cool to have it back, but also, I don't know. Is it going to matter that much? I think the poster looks really cool. The one with the Hardys.
Oh yeah,
I like that poster.
But you know who should be on the poster is Noam Dar and Rich Swann.
No. Oh wait, yeah, they're doing stuff. Easily my most hyped match for this pay-per-view. There's only 6 matches of this pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Fatal 5-Way.
There's going to be long matches.
I'm thinking the Fatal 5-Way is going to be really long.
So. Yeah, hopefully. It's probably, how is there not going to be a ton of false finishes, you know, because there's 5 people. It can be a lot of kickouts.
All right, so you ready? You ready to predict?
No. I cancel the show. It's over.
We're going to predict anyway. Okay.
I cancel the show. It's over. We're going to predict anyway.
Let me get rid of my Max and Irma's order that I had to order online.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Get rid of it.
On my notepad. Okay.
No, you did it on a notepad.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Sasha Banks and Rich Swann versus Alicia Fox and Noam Dar. I don't know if this is going to be on the pre-show. I'm thinking it might be. And if it is, it's a tiebreaker. Remember that.
It's a tiebreaker. Okay. I don't think it's going to be on the... I think it's going to be on the main card because they didn't announce it for the pre-show, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident it's going to be a main card, sadly. They're doing a lot with Sasha Banks.
Yeah, Sasha brings the cruiserweights up to a main card match. Now we have 2 cruiserweight matches on a pay-per-view. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever.
Who do you say?
I love Rich Swann. Sasha Banks and Rich Swann.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Ah, dang it. How is anybody going to win predictions if we predict the same thing?
I think, though, that... No, I don't know. Noam Dar and Alicia Fox, I think they're going to go... Alicia Fox. I think they're going to go farther. But I think Alicia's going to get pinned by Sasha, and that's how they're going to end it. You know?
Yeah.
All right, what's next here? We have Neville versus Austin Aries.
Austin Aries is my prediction. It's been too long. There's been too many matches between Neville and Austin Aries in this feud. And, the King of the Cruiserweights has had a great reign. But Austin Aries will kind of fall by the wayside if he loses again. I think it's weird that's a submission match. But you know what? Austin Aries.
Yeah, that's my pick too.
Oh, no.
I cannot see Austin Aries tapping out to Neville and still looking like viable after that.
Yeah.
I really can't see him tapping out to Neville here. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's sad.
I think Neville will win it back. But I do think that Austin Aries is going to win this match and win the Cruiserweight title. Yeah.
I hope so. That would that cause you to watch 205 Live?
I watch the highlights. I don't watch all the highlights. I don't
even bother doing
that. If it involves Neville and Austin Aries, I'll watch the highlights.
All right. So we got the Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm gonna go with Cesaro and Sheamus because their tag team reign will not last if they keep losing these matches. And they turned heel. They're interesting. I say do it because the Hardys will survive if they're champs or not.
I think that the Hardys are going to win.
All right. Why is that?
I think, it's a steel cage match, so it is the Hardy stipulation. And
dude, Extreme Rules is in their hometown.
Cesaro and Sheamus. Oh, is it actually?
I completely made that up.
No, it's in no, never mind.
Baltimore. It's Baltimore.
Yeah. So Cesaro and Sheamus can lose and not really lose an actual tag team match, so I think they'll be fine. And they're still on the rise in their heel run, so we'll see. I do think though that the Hardys are gonna keep going, and we'll see a little bit more character development with them because ever since they've come back, they haven't really done anything.
Yeah, they have not even had a promo really. All right, so Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Alexa Bliss, please.
Oh, you're choosing Alexa Bliss, huh?
You really think Bayley's gonna win?
I think Bayley's gonna win.
Why is that?
I think she's more of a long-term champion than Alexa is.
I think Alexa's gonna have a month-long reign.
Yeah.
Don't think they're gonna. I really hope they don't do that. If they do that, I'll cry. They better not, because I mean she'll have had the title for 33 days, and you know what? That's stupid. I really hope Alexa Bliss wins. Also, that'll cement her more as a heel, because what other heels do they have on the Raw Women's roster? Her and Nia Jax. I guess Nia Jax, but I don't want to see Nia Jax do anything ever. So I'm gonna stick with my guns, Alexa Bliss there. Even though Bayley has been destroyed week in and week out, so it kind of means Bayley might win here. So I don't know.
I think
Alexa Bliss will pull shenanigans.
I think they may have only put it on Alexa just so they could say, "Hey, she's the first ever one to win both of them," and then it could.
I think she's gonna have a reign personally.
We'll see. Hey, you know what? You might be right. I might be right. Also, question. So the first person who gets the kendo stick can legally use it, but if the other person grabs the kendo stick, does that mean that they can't use it? Can the other person not use it if the one person does get it?
Yeah, I have no idea how that works. I'm kind of ignoring
It's a
this.
stupid stipulation.
Very stupid.
All right, Miz versus Dean Ambrose.
God, when is Sasha Banks gonna turn heel? Anyways, I think the Miz, because there's this weird stipulation with Ambrose getting disqualified, he'll lose the title, and it's Extreme Rules. I'm sure there's gonna be shenanigans where he accidentally got disqualified, or I don't know. What if Dean Ambrose just doesn't even care and then he gets himself disqualified and turns heel? I'm kidding. I don't know. I feel like the cards are in the Miz's favor, because the Miz is relevant. This is the most relevant and the best heel when he's IC champion, and it might be best for business. So you know what? I'm going Miz.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Miz too.
As much as I would love for Dean to have it, because that keeps him relevant.
If you listen to my picks of the week this week, I talk a little bit about this match, and I think the Miz is gonna win. My picks of the week isn't what I think will happen, but I do think that the Miz is gonna win here. Yeah. What a guy.
All right, fatal 5-way time, a whime.
Don't say that.
So Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe in a fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match. Oh god, this match can be so good. It's weird. A main event of a pay-per-view is going to be who is going to be a number one contender. That's not even main event worthy. If it was back in the day where you had to pay for pay-per-views, why would someone pay to not see a world title match, but see a match to see people become number one contender? That's something you have on Raw. So this is weird.
Yeah. Although I do think that it's going to be a great match. I think it's very star-studded.
Oh, I'm very excited. I think this will probably be a better match than the match for the Universal title that this is going to lead to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm going to say my prediction with the reasons why. I think they're going to save Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the future. So I think they're not going to do it right now, because they're not going to use it. What's the next Raw pay-per-view? Great Balls of Fire. They're not going to use it for Great Balls of Fire. Seth Rollins, too soon too. And then if Seth loses, where is he standing? Finn Balor, I don't know. I feel like they kind of set it up with him and Paul Heyman, and it would make sense since he was Universal Champion the first one. It's he's getting it back. I just don't think they're going to pull the trigger and they're going to have Bray and Finn feud and Seth and Roman feud maybe. I think Samoa Joe's going to win.
Really?
Yes, I do. I think Bray Wyatt's the only one where I was I'm sure he won't win.
So we both have the oddball choices, because I'm going with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think Bray Wyatt is going to win this match. Now, yeah, like you said, all three of these guys can have much longer feuds with Brock Lesnar. I think maybe Finn versus Brock at SummerSlam is something you should do, because you would have, you have the big entrance. It's a year since Finn originally fought for the Universal title and won it. And again, are you really going to have the Demon versus the Beast at Great Balls of Fire? Like, no, you're not going to do that. And you can't have Finn come back and lose, which I think he would lose. You can't have him be squandered like that right away. Roman, yeah, that's not happening for a while. I think Roman's going to be the one to beat Brock Lesnar, which is a shame because Brock has beaten him so many times before. Maybe not in a one-on-one situation, but he's beat him up pretty bad before. Seth Rollins, yeah, again, I think I'd rather see that down the line. I think it's a little too soon for that now. Especially when Seth's feud with Samoa Joe is not over. And again, Samoa Joe, he's still a little early in his career. This is his first main event of a pay-per-view even. So I'm going to say Bray Wyatt, because Bray Wyatt lost the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. He moved to Raw out of nowhere, and he needs this win more than anyone else.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Bray Wyatt never wins anything, so that's why I'm not predicting him.
You know what? Like that. You know how we always say never bet against Roman? It's the opposite for Bray. Never bet against Bray. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. He rarely wins.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to see. I'm very excited. That is our catchphrase, if we remember. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. And that's the Joe and Shob show. We did not have a guest this week. No. It was fun doing it with a guest last week. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Fuck you, PJ. I thought you would have sucked. I'm kidding.
I'm not.
You're not what?
I'm not kidding.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, that's interesting. But yeah. Extreme Rules, and I'm more excited than I was for Payback or Backlash for this one. Personally, I think the setup for it has been pretty okay, not amazing, but the steel cage match and the main event are going to probably steal the show. So
yep.
I have excitement there. I have some faith.
I agree. Whoa.
I agree.
All right, so that was the Joe and Shob show this week. Any last words?
Fire Emblem Echoes is really hard.
Oh yeah.
I'm in Act 3 right now, and just smooth sailing, but right now I feel like I might have to grind. I feel like I could win these if I was like strategic enough, and I'm like, or I could just grind, I could just kind of
like the old style Fire Emblem is insanely hard.
I'm not doing the permadeath. I'm doing the regular. So I don't know. Even then, it's really tough because I just restart anyways. Anyways, playing Injustice 2, playing Donkey Kong Country 3. And, that's what's going on. We'll see you guys on the next Joe and Shob show.
See ya.
See ya.
Hey, before you go to bed, you should